Well, the wait is over. The anticipation can kind of cease. We are behind the wheel of my new German vehicle. If you can't see, got a three-pointed star. So all of you that guessed it was a Mercedes, you were correct. Um, and as you can see, this car is older. This is a 2014. So I've actually already done a full review on the vehicle before I knew I was taking it home. I didn't plan on buying a car. I wasn't, you know, really looking to buy a car that day, but this thing was just in such great condition. And it's got all the things that you like about a Mercedes, but none of the extra hassle or issues. And to be very honest, a lot of the new Mercedes products, in my opinion and the opinion of a lot of others, they're kind of cheap, on the inside. It's lots of creaky plastics and not so nice, not as nicely put together as some of the older Mercedes products. So, um, and this car was also very cheap, and these are pretty trouble free. All of the service and maintenance on this vehicle was done at a Mercedes-Benz dealership, so I was very confident in buying it because it has been maintained very, very well. So, welcome to our 2014 Mercedes-Benz E350 4MATIC. This one is a sport model, or at least that's what the documentation says. Um, it's got dual zone automatic climate control, built-in navigation, as you see. It's got that nice timepiece right here, and it's got everything you could need and want. And I'm just gonna take it out on a quick drive, hit some back roads, see how it feels and responds. I have only really driven this vehicle on highways, so see what it's like on some twisties. It is a little wet out here right now, but you should be fine. Now, this generation of E-Class that we're driving is known as the W212, and by a lot of people's standards, this is one of the best, if not the best, generation of E-Class. Especially once they facelifted the vehicle, not so much for the aesthetics, but more so just for almost like troubleshooting issues. Kind of worked out the kinks of the first iteration of the W212 and just built on an already great platform. And of course, we're dealing with Mercedes 7-speed automatic transmission, which so far in my experience with it is very, very smooth. But it can also be very aggressive. When you really punch the gas pedal on this car, it will respond. 0 to 60 for these cars is usually anywhere between 5.5 to 6 seconds, depending on the nice turn signal asshole. It's always that guy in a white BMW. Anyway, yeah, totally made me lose my freaking train of thought. But it's got rain sensing wipers, and it's got a peasant blocker in the back, which I like that too. Peasant blocker is the power sunshade. I call it a peasant blocker because it's funny. I think that's pretty funny. Other people will be super offended by that. How could you say that about people? You shouldn't look down on other people. Shut up. It was a joke. Calm down. Car has really nice soft suspension, but it's very well calibrated, so it's nice and smooth, but it doesn't feel overly floaty, which is nice. Tell you what, this thing handles really well. Now I know the 5 Series of this era, and some people even say the Audi A6 of this era handled better than this car, and that's probably true. But for a mid-size luxury executive sedan that's creeping more towards the side of large, this thing handles itself really, really well. I'm sure the 4MATIC all-wheel drive is helping us out too. There's just something about the W212 that is, I don't know. It's just, anybody who owns one of these or has owned one of these before knows exactly what I'm talking about. So you almost can't put your finger on it, but it's something very special about this E-Class. steering in this car is damn near perfect. And like I said, this 7-speed is very smooth. Great partner for this 3.5 liter V6. And there's just a lot less to worry about with this particular car, you know. There's no turbos. This car doesn't have that stupid airlift suspension that you could option these with that almost always broke. So it just doesn't have a lot of the things that would eventually irritate me owning this vehicle. So very glad that this car came along. And it's already up on my channel. Like I said, the full review. I did a 0 to 60 in it, and this was all before I had any plans on pulling the trigger on this particular car, because as you guys know, I was thinking more along the lines of getting an SUV. But sometimes when the right thing comes along, you'd be a fool to ignore it. And that's kind of how I felt about this car. I'm like, when am I ever going to find one in this good a condition, this generation, with 4MATIC? You know, it was a lot of variables that this car kind of checked the box on. And literally, I couldn't let somebody else get it. Just couldn't do it. It does have brake hold. All you have to do is mash the brake pedal and it'll hold it in place. All right, I mean, you really could have gone. And he's turning too, so Jesus Christ. guys, well, that's our new to me anyway, 10-year-old E350 4MATIC. Love this car, and look forward to doing some more videos with it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, like and subscribe, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.